So if you want your Facebook ads to actually convert, then you want to make sure that you write your ad copy for the different stages of the audience that you would reach on Facebook. So typically we have the cold audience, the warm audience, and then the hot audience. But the mistake most people make is that they just run one ad copy across all of these three stages. But this is not going to actually help you get better results. So in this video, I want to show you how you can use AI to write ad copies for the different stages of your funnel so that when you put it inside of Facebook, you get better ad results. So I'm going to use this example business here to show you exactly how to do it. And I'm going to include all the prompts that we have used here in the description of this video so you can follow it if you want to go this route. So the business we are going to be using here is the Ackway Home Loans. So this is a loan business and is offering home brokerage for first-time home buyers between the ages of 28 to 42. And they are running ads or generating leads through Meta ads, and they are running it through system.io funnels. So they are offering free lead magnets and a whole lot of stuff. So what we want to do now is we want to find the exact copy brief for the different stages of this audience that we are about to target. So here the audience 1 is going to be the cold audience, the audience 2 is going to be the warm, and then the audience 3 is going to be the retargeting or the hot audience. So what we need to do is we want to copy this first two prompts. We are giving it an idea of what our business is about so that Claude will get better context to things. So I'm coming to Claude, but you can do this with either ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or any other AI model that you prefer, but I'm going to be using Claude. So I come here, I want to paste it, and the first thing we are doing is the audience copy briefs. So here it has created the three different categories or audience stages for us. And the first one, we have the cold traffic, which is the top of the funnel. So this is where they are mentally right now. They are not actively shopping, or neither are they looking for homes. Most of them, they are not even thinking about what we are selling. Then here we have the warm audience. These ones, they've come to our funnel or our landing page, but they did not purchase, or they did not even fill their emails to download the lead. So one thing I want you to pay attention to is when we are talking to these guys, the first stage, our tone is going to be different. So here you can see the tone that we are going to use. And then this is the biggest copy mistake that we are going to make. All right. So we are still going to tell you to write a copy for us. But if we come to the audience 2, if you scroll down, you see the tone that we are going to use. This is a different tone from the one we used initially. But then if we come to the audience 3, which is now the retargeting ad, or the warm audience, or even the hot audience, you see that our tone is going to be warmer and more personal. So these things are very important when you start or you want to write your ad copy. So we want to come back to the prompt pack here. I want to now jump to the prompt 2. So we want it to write the variation only for the cold traffic or the cold audience. So we are going to copy this. We want it to write 3 complete ad variations for the cold traffic or the cold audience. So you want to paste it here and you click on go. So all of these 3 variations we are going to target solely to the cold audience. So here we have the first variation, which is fear of an expensive mistake. And this is actually the primary test that it has written for us. And then the variation 2, the dream of home ownership. And then the variation 3, education and expert guide. All right. So these are the 3 different variations that we can just plug in directly into our Meta Ads Manager and test them solely for the cold audience. So we are not going to be doing this for the hot audience or the warm audience. So we want to write a different category of copies for the warm audience. So you want to come back here, you say you want to write 2 complete ads for the warm audience. So you copy it, you come back to Claude or ChatGPT, and you want to paste it right here. So here, this is now for the warm audience. And again, you notice that our variation is different. Our tone is going to be different. The angle is going to be different. And the primary text is also very different. So it's talking to these people at a completely different stage. The variation 2, it wants us to use social proof and specific result, because this is going to break down objections that people would have. So here, this is a primary text, this is the headline, and this is the description. Now, these two variations, we are going to run only targeting the warm audience. And the cold audience has more variation because that's where the bulk of the audience are going to be, at the very top of the funnel. So want to come back here and want to get the retargeting copy. All right, so you will select this fourth prompt, and this fourth prompt, we want you to write the one that we go to the people who we are basically trying to retarget. So they've done a bit of the action that we want on our website or our landing page, but they did not really do exactly what we wanted them to do. So you can see here, this is going to be the variation 1. So we are bridging them from the checklist and switching them to consultation again. So here you can see this is a primary test, and we are giving them a 15 minutes free, no pressure, maybe calls or meeting or anything like that, to further break down their objection. We have the variation 2, which is the soft urgency. All right, so this one we are going to be using for the retargeting of our campaign. So our campaign will be operating in 3 different stages. But now we want to do the final one, which is a compliance check to see for these ad copies if they actually comply. So we want to tell you to review all these things and check if it actually complies with Meta or Facebook's advertising policies or guidelines. And of course it should, but it doesn't hurt to do this. So you paste it, and again you give it some time for it to run the whole check if this complies with Facebook, because if you do not comply, Facebook is just going to ban your account and restrict your business manager, and you practically be out of business. So let's give Claude some time to see if everything we have done here is in the right order. So this is the final part, which is the Meta ad compliance review. And quick note, it gives us the category that we should pay attention to. So the code variation, the issue is financial claim. So we want to make sure that everything aligns with Meta guidelines. So here you can see that it has actually rewritten one of the ads. So everything else is clean in this ad section. The mistake, the example, the late payment. So it has rewritten it to any one of these can cost you money or get your application delayed, instead of any one of these can quietly cost you thousands or get your applications delayed. So this is not really a very big issue, but you can see that it's paying attention to exactly what we want it to do. So for the cold audience, tells us that no issue was found. For the variation, no issue was found. For the warm audience, it finds one issue and it also rewrites it here. And then the second warm audience, a little bit of issue, and it also rewrites it here. And this, my friend, is how you can use Claude to write your ad copy for the different stages of your funnel. And if you do this, this is going to make your ads perform better. I hope this video was helpful. If yes, please like the video. I'll put this the link to this prompt in the description of the video if you want to use it, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.